Welcome back to my channel. This is my dad, and we are getting ready to do sections 25, 26, 27, and 28 of the Colorado Trail. We're gonna do this in about 5 days, so we'll take you along with us. So it's been a few hours and we are on section 25, and where it starts, it is quite the elevation gain. So we probably aren't going to hike too much today, just so we can find a good spot to camp and then finish up the whole section tomorrow. The elevation gain is 3,000 feet, something like that. Whenever we stop, I'll double check to confirm that amount. But so far, we've gone about 5 miles, and got a couple more to go to see how far we want to go today. Okay, so we just decided to stop for lunch and boil some water to add to the dehydrated meals that my dad made. And there was this fire ring already here, so we decided to make a fire to boil this water. And we're trying to make a small fire so we can put it out quickly. So yeah, we're just relaxing for lunch real quick, and then we'll get back on the trail. One thing to note, if you are going to make a fire anywhere, just make sure you check the area's fire ban regulations. Currently in our area, there is none, so we are safe to burn a fire or make a fire or burning a fire. And yeah, like a couple years ago, we did a backpacking trip where we couldn't make any fires just because of fire bans. It was a dry season, so risk of wildfires was high, so we didn't want to increase that. So this go around, we don't have that issue, so we are able to make a fire. We just finished lunch and we're getting ready to hit the trail again. Dad is packing up his pack, and the goal is to reach 14 miles by the end of today, and that'll put us at past, there's a point where it goes super steep past 12,000 feet elevation, and then comes back down. So then we'll be able to find a spot to hang our hammocks. So we will see you then. Ooh, the sun came out. So this is something cool that we noticed. We've got a runoff stream here, but it looks like it's also dripping from underneath the snowbank as well as up there. So that's pretty cool. And then runs off all the way down there.
And there's another snow runoff tunnel under the snow, under that snowbank there.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's doing the same
And then there's
thing.
another one just down here at the bottom there. We had a bit of a change of plans. We decided to hike to the base of the steepest part of this segment. I think it goes up like 6 miles, pretty steep. And then we're gonna tackle that tomorrow. So we shortened today a little bit, which will be fine. We'll just get a head start tomorrow, finish up this segment. But for now, we've got our camp started and our hammocks hung. There's mine, and then my dad's. And yeah, this is our camp for the rest of the day. The next morning, and we are going to get going on the rest of section 25, and that's our goal for today. It'll be just over 14 miles, so we'll take you along with us, and here we go. Might as well. We stopped at this stream here. I filled up my water bottle right here, and then using that water filter into another bottle. So this top one is stream water filtered through into clean water. And that's how you get clean water while you're on a trail and backpacking. There are wildflowers everywhere. We got so much moisture this past winter. It's so beautiful. And then this mountain up here, it's so green. And there's still snow. We're going up there. Okay, so we stopped for lunch. So let me tell you a little bit about this section of the trail. It's section 25, and where we started is at Molas Pass, and it starts at like 10,600 something feet in elevation, which is about 4,000 to 5,000 higher than what we are used to just living every day. So then it kind of goes up a little bit, down a tiny bit, and then it goes up another 2,000 feet for a few miles, and then that's about halfway point through the 20-mile section. And so it's a lot of elevation gain for a small amount of distance in comparison to the whole segment of this trail. So it's a difficult hike for sure to do. I know a couple of years ago I struggled a little bit, and my brother did fine, but he struggled a little bit once we got past it. Just because it was really hot that day and all of that. But this go around, I felt great because I've been doing my workouts and running and all of that. I've been conditioning myself to be able to tolerate the elevation gains. So it is a very difficult hike to do. It's a hard section. There's only a handful that are this big of elevation gains in a short distance. So that is one thing to be aware of when you are hiking or backpacking or anything, is just what is your elevation gain and your tolerance to that kind of thing, just to be mindful of altitude sickness and stuff like that, because that is absolutely a thing that can happen. But yeah, so we are gonna stop and have some lunch and go on from there. So my dad made these dehydrated meals. Like this one is beef stew. It's got dehydrated potatoes and veggies and looks like broth as well. That's dehydrated. And then there's a chicken and rice one, and then a basically spaghetti with bow tie pasta, which is really good. I've had that one before, so that one's really good. My dad had this one last night and I had some of it, which was really good. So I think for lunch today, I'm gonna try this one. All we do is boil some water, put the whole Ziploc baggie into here, dump the water into the Ziploc baggie, let it sit, allow it to rehydrate. Take this out, of course, the oxygen pack. Take that out, add water, let it sit, and it is ready to go. So all along the Colorado Trail, there's many places that are marked as common campsites. This is one of them. It's already got this really nice little fire pit, all that. There's so many trees right here. And lots of places where you could potentially camp along the trail. That's already like laid out, but like last night we didn't stay in a spot that was one of these that is a common spot. We found a spot with some good trees to set up our hammocks, which is also what a lot of campers do, but it's nice to find these spots sometimes too. And since we didn't have a fire ring in the spot we picked last night, we did not do a fire. We just used our little stove thing that I'm using for lunch today, just because I didn't feel like making a fire. But that's also one thing to note. The best place to do a fire is in a designated spot, just to prevent any wildfires, sparks going, something like that. So always good to be safe. Okay, it's been several hours since lunch, and we ended up deciding to cut the trip short. The high elevation was just getting to my dad a little bit, which is okay, but we were able to make the decision in enough time to basically turn around to go back to where we started and finish our trip several days early. However, it was a super fun one-night trip. So in all, I believe we ended up doing about 16 miles total, so that's not too bad for an overnight backpacking trip. A little bummed we didn't finish it, but that is okay. It was still a nice little trip as it was. So I'm gonna end this vlog here because we're almost back to the car, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of this vlog overnight trip, I guess it ended up being. And I hope you like and subscribe and comment down below to help my channel significantly since I'm still super new. I do tons of fitness and vlogs and things like that. So I will see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching.